Hello, hello, hello. I'm Mike with Redneck Politics, and this is where real Americans' voices matter. Uh, man, I'm gonna tell you what the Republican Party is. They're in total chaos. There's so much infighting going on with them right now. You got people that are leaving MAGA. You got people that are threatening to leave MAGA. You got people who are retiring early because they want to get away from MAGA. Um, but I don't feel I feel no pity for any of them. That's just like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Listen, I mean, I'm glad she stood up and fought for the victims of Epstein. You know, it does show that she's got, some heart somewhere, but you have to remember that she was one of the biggest in one of the most important diehard MAGAs that there was. Um, and trust me, there were plenty of them, but she was right on up there with the Gates and the rest of them. Uh, so it's hard for me to say that I feel sorry for her when during all this stuff with January 6th, and this goes for the rest of the Republicans too. Every goddamn one of you know what happened. Y'all know how it come about, and you know who instigated it. You had people get up there on January 6th, the evening of, after the riots. And you had people like Lindsey Graham. You had people like McConnell. MacArthur was all saying, enough's enough. We're not with this. We don't support this kind of stuff. And then in the next breath, they're defending everything that Donald Trump did. They did everything possible that they could, and I'm talking about the Republicans, to try to shelter him, um, to support him unconditionally, and to show their loyalty. And I remember Liz Cheney. I remember her uh, doing a speech, and she made a very important point that all you guys that bent over backwards to kiss the ring of the king, you know, it's going to catch up with you. One day, Trump's not going to be there. He's not going to have any type of influence whatsoever. And people are going to look back to see where you stood on January the 6th. Y'all have the Republicans, you know, they seem to be the one that's pushing more of the violence, instigating more of the violence, just really, really dogging the Democrats, which is, we're Americans. That's why we're in the fucking shape we're in, because you dumbasses get up there and instead of working together like you're fucking supposed to, you want to get up there and make some big ordeal that lasts 3 or 4 goddamn months and you don't get nothing done. I don't even think the House has even done anything since Trump's been in there. And I'm talking about the second time. Well, they're too busy letting Trump play, war with people who like Venezuela, who cannot defend himself from us. There's no way. We will totally annihilate them. And Trump knows that. That's why he's using what he's using, you know. Uh, but Trump is a failure. Trump's been a failure. He's been a failure all his fucking life. On January the 6th, he did everything in his power that he could. And there's 62 different cases that was filed through the courts on his behalf fighting the election. Every one of the judges voted out. He didn't win any. None out of 62. So if he was right about anything, but he knew he was wrong. He knew he's grasping for straws. He's been grasping for straws. He knows that if he did not get reelected, he would go to prison. Guarantee it. They just released the case, I think, down in Georgia. I actually thought they were going to bring it back up, but I don't know. I know they put Fannie Willis off of the case. She's no longer on the case. One of the cases that I'm very happy for, and I'm not a big proponent of Jim Comey. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad dude. Don't really fucking know him. Some of the policies that he had, but still, he become Trump's enemy. And Trump swore vengeance, just like he did with Letitia James, just like he did with Smith and every fucking body else he's threatened. But the Letitia James and the Comey cases were thrown out yesterday. They had nothing on them. There was nothing to begin with. The dude's just fucking grasping at straws, trying to rock the boat and cause problems for any fucking body he can, as long as it's keeping people from looking at what the fuck he's really doing. Because that's the one that's you need to be worried about. Doge is no more, dead and gone. You don't hear nothing else about it no more. After they went in there and killed about 200,000 jobs. Look, man, I will never be one to say that we don't need cutbacks. We're spending way too much money, but there's times and places, for those cutbacks. But Trump and his Republican Party are definitely falling to the wayside. I mean, Trump brought all this shit on himself anyway. I mean, he allowed Bongino, Kash Patel, or anybody else that wanted to throw fucking, 2 cents worth in there during his campaign about these files, the Epstein's files, what was in the Epstein files, and they were going to hurt the Democrats. And as soon as they got in office, that's the first thing they were going to do was order the release of those Epstein files. Trump knew to begin with he wasn't going to release them fucking files because he don't know what's in there. He does not know everything in there, and that's what scares the hell out of him. Because some of the stuff come from the actual state itself that DOJ had no control over. But the MAGA, I don't feel sorry for any of you. Sorry, I don't. You brought all this chaos on, all these conspiracy theories. Y'all have condemned everybody at every point other than looking at yourselves. The first time he was impeached in 2017, 18, when he had that phone call with the Ukrainian, dude, that's wrong. What he did was fucking wrong. Why do we keep getting this dude a pass? Well, not us. It's goddamn, the Supreme Court. And I thought the Supreme Court was the one place that no matter who you was, it spoke, honestly and clearly and interpreted the law the way it's supposed to be. They were the ones that kept everything in check. And I remember Trump saying in 2016, I could go in the middle of Broadway, just middle of New York and kill somebody, nobody would do anything to me. Well, that's just about right. That's what they've done for him. I would have swore that there's no way that they're going to allow any man to be above the law. And I'd be damned if they didn't come back and do it. But MAGA, you know, especially the diehard MAGAs, fucking liars, cheats. I mean, look at Mike Johnson, man. Look at I've never, dude, I ain't even worried about karma with you. Because if you're the Christian you say you are, you're going to go in front of your maker one day and he's going to ask you, what the fuck was you thinking? And what are you going to say at that point then? How are you going to answer that then? You know, because what you do here on earth, it matters and it goes to heaven with you, brother. You should know that better than anybody. You claim to be this big Christian and you live this Christian life, but you speak with a forked tongue, bro. But all of you do. Every one of you. It's all about what y'all can do and what you can get out of it. It's not even about the country anymore. Everybody's refusing to work with everybody. Everybody's refusing to reach over the fucking, aisle and say, hey, let's get this shit done. You know, there was a damn bill that was going to be passed when Biden was in office on this immigration thing. And it was a great bill. People were praising it. We had finally got something accomplished. And then what happens? Trump tells everybody to kill it. Now, during that time, even the fucking people who thought this thing was so great that as soon as Trump told them, kill it. So my question is, why did you vote on it? And did you vote honestly and openly? No, you didn't. Y'all voted in the way of your slave driver. Man, there's going to be a lot of things going to happen, especially the biggest thing we need right now is 2026 to come on here so we can get the House back, hopefully get the Senate, and then end up in 2028 and get the fucking presidency back. And then I'm going to tell you, all you Republicans, all this bullshit, there will definitely be some changes, but it won't be because of retribution. It will be because it be changes that are needed and required. I still cannot believe to this day we had a man was so desperate to stay in office, so he needed that power so bad. But on the other side of it, this bitch was scared as fuck because he knew. Look, they had then got him for 34 felony counts and found guilty on every one of them. The dude had a trial with his own peers sitting on the jury. And while the trial went on, Trump wants to get in there and act like a goddamn fool anyway. You know, I mean, the first thing our parents taught us was how to behave your fucking self. And this is the president of the United States. Man, this guy, you know, in 2016, there was a girl by the name of Johnson. I've heard also about a 13-year-old, but I just want to talk about this one girl. Her name's Johnson, and that's not even a real name. But in 2016, right before the election, she filed the paperwork stating that Trump and Epstein together had molested her. Well, it ended up being dropped because the girl got so scared. She was intimidated by so many people. She got so many threats that she just ran and she's never looked back. And you can't blame her. You know, these women are the most courageous people we've got here in America. They show in their bravery. How come we can't get no Republicans to do that? And listen, the Democrats, we talking about the Republicans today, but next time we'll be talking about the Democrats because y'all need to get your ass in gear too. We need some true leaders in this party. You know, all I know is to try to do my part. And my part is to keep doing these videos and keep expressing the things that aren't right. Uh, the biggest thing that gets me is how you give a $4 trillion tax break to all the rich folks, the big, beautiful bill. But in that same bill, you pass cutting $800 billion from Medicaid, 250 for SNAP. How is that a big, beautiful bill? Oh! I guess if I was rich, I could probably figure that out, couldn't I? But man, you starving your own fucking people. You got ICE running around here like they some goddamn Ninja Turtle shit. And man, these are all. I mean, we all live here in America. Are there some illegals out there? Oh, you bet your ass there is, man. And they need to be dealt with. There's consequences to coming over here illegally. I believe that the border being shut down right now is the best thing fucking possible. That's what we need. We need to slow it down and get a grip, and let's start looking at the laws as fair and just for everybody, because our grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents were given that same chance as everybody else's that should be given. You know, people have a right to try to live a good, free, democratic life and do the right things, because we all understand that there is no man above the law, or we're not anyway. You know, this ballroom that he's got. I mean, that just, it's sickening to think, because I'm a big history buff. I love history, anything about history, and for him to tear down the East Wing, man, do you know how much history he tore down and didn't ask near person? How do you feel about that? Do you think he can just do whatever he wants with our house? Do you think that, you know? Do you actually think that all these people are going to step up and pay this $400 billion for this damn ballroom? Because that's what we're supposed to do with the wall too, until him and Steve Bannon run off with the cash, and he pardoned them. But man, you know, there's a lot of work that's got to be done. We've got to have people in there that's going to do the right things, that's going to make the call when it's necessary to make the call. You know, for the American people. Not because if you don't vote for a bill, you won't get that $5,000 check they're going to give you. If you vote for the bill, then you won't get it. Man, ain't them people worth a lot more than fucking that kind of money? Man, come on. Look, guys, like I said, we got a long way to go. I will. I do want to mention one thing. The other day in California, somewhere they had a protest, you know, at a Home Depot. Because, you know, Home Depot has been one of the main places that these ICE agents go to trying to round up fucking illegals, you know, or undocumented. So for them, they wanted to protest it. And these, you know, these people, they like Home Depot. Some of them work for them, I guess, but they protested by they made a line. They went in there and bought some scrapers, $1.67 or whatever. They had a line so fucking long, right? People buying just that. That's all they bought. And then after they bought it, they turned around and took it back to return. It shut the whole place down. I'm just literally shut the whole place down. It's just funny as hell. But you know, hey, if you're an American and you have concerns, you have a right to voice that concern any way possible, as long as it's not with violence. Guys, I appreciate your help. Sooner or later, I'll get all this right, and maybe, you know, get some people hitting the like, subscribe. I've had some. That's good. I do want to continue because it's in my heart too, and be looking for more videos from me. I appreciate it. Peace.